If I was just reading a textbook, I would get, yes, all the factual things.
When you do hands-on work, you can have more experience with that because you're actually doing the work and not just reading it from somebody else's work or what the textbook says you can do.
I thought it was very different from what I would ever expect to do at a different middle school. And I thought that from this I learned how to think outside the box.
Preparing students for the real world takes more than a book. It takes interested and engaged students, more hands-on learning and real-world applications. That's what the Kenan Fellows Program offers.
I put it in one place.
It pairs the best and brightest teachers with research leaders to bring groundbreaking developments into schools and prepare students for the world outside the classroom. Dr. Joanne Burkholder is an enthusiastic mentor to Kenan Fellows because she has seen firsthand the impact this program has on North Carolina teachers and students.
This river collects all the pollution from the entire watershed above it.
This is a sonde, a hydrosonde, and it has a collection of probes here that each take a different reading.
And I think the Kenan Fellows program has helped me to develop resources, connected me with professionals in the community, trained me to be more confident to advocate in my own community.
Anytime you can get the students out here, making it authentic, letting them have the hands-on, it is more than words as a teacher you can ever say to them. Being able to give them experiences. It opens their eyes and helps them really take an interest in the environment.
All the work that I developed using my Kenan Fellow mentorship has been shared with all of my teachers. And Joanne and I wrote a grant to GlaxoSmithKline with Neuse River Foundation. And this past school year got 638 eighth graders down here in Craven County out on this boat.
Let it sit the whole time.
The Kenan Fellows Program strengthens teachers. Ultimately, of course, it's about what they can provide students. Two NC State undergraduates recall how the research they conducted when they were in Dee Dee Whitaker's class literally changed their lives.
Whitaker really stood out in my high school education. I can easily say that she was one of the best teachers that I had. And in hindsight, I can now see that that was because of the Kenan Fellows working with her and pairing her with the university talent and really improving her as a teacher. If I had not had Miss Whitaker as a teacher, I may not be here at NC State.
Well, the biggest thing was the opportunity to work with Dr. Joanne Burkholder, who works here at NC State, and I was able to work with her and Mrs. Whitaker on a project involving retention ponds and the polluted runoff and testing different samples after it rains, before it rains, get baseline samples, and just do a full-on field study in which I was able to enter into a competition and won actually a trip to China where I was able to present in the Beijing Youth Science Creation Competition.
Kenan Fellows don't just share what they learned with their students. They bring what they learned back to their teaching colleagues as well.
I'm involved in a school that focuses on STEM education, and being a lead faculty member there, it gives me a position to try to disseminate and try to help shape a young faculty to a new school, to adopt a philosophy that this program advocates. My school was recently awarded a Learning Lab Initiative grant. There'll be educators from states and the whole region coming to observe what we do at our school. It's opening doors for people to know that I'm a serious educator. And I've already found people a little bit more receptive to allow my students to have some opportunities that they may not otherwise have.
University professors are exceptional mentors for many Kenan Fellows, but North Carolina businesses are critical partners as well. One of the most important elements of the program is the real-world applicable experience teachers and students gain from both academia and industry.
It's so obvious to me as a a company that displays, protects, provides a means of advertising consumer packaged goods products around the world, that we should be very connected to the community in which we are and the much broader community. And if we can, educate and use this project to educate others about what we do and why it's important, there's so many benefits.
I never thought packaging could be science.
Before I did the project, I wasn't really interested in science because, well, when I think of science, I think the white lab coat, the Bunsen burner, the formulas, the experiments. But through this project, I was able to look at science in a new light because we were able to look at engineering and design and so many other concepts in science. So I do like science a lot now.
When we went to Midwest Vaco, I saw a lot of interesting things that made me really excited about science. It was really fun. I really liked the employees at Midwest Vaco, which also inspired me to consider a job at Midwest Vaco.
I think the Kenan Fellows program does more to really change and improve and make these teachers far more effective than any program I know of. It's amazing, not only do these teachers get together and share with each other, make each other better, but they get to rub shoulders with and listen to the great leaders of the world. They bring in some of the most interesting, valuable speakers. Dr. Oliver Smithies, our great Nobel laureate, talking with, listening to, having a discussion with fellows. That's a wonderful experience. Those fellows begin to see the world, not just the physical world, but the world of science, of possibilities.
Teachers of any type have to be excited about what they're doing. Of course, if you're teaching science, you have to be excited about science, because that excitement is very infectious. And though a teacher may not know always that they're infecting their students with the excitement of their discipline, they can do that if they are good teachers and if they really are interested in their subject.
Kenan Fellows become so reinvested in their careers, the vast majority of them stay in teaching.
I found it incredibly rejuvenating. When I entered the program, I had about 25 years of teaching experience, so I was definitely on the downhill side. But not anymore. I have since decided to pursue an additional graduate degree, and anytime I see something new, it reaches my kids. I have found in my experience that I am truly emphasizing student scientific research.
Now, I think the key to it for America, for us to become more competitive again, and we can do this, by the way. This is America. We can do anything we decide to do. I think the real key to it is to understand that it lies in the hands of our students.
Progress Energy has been a partner with the Kenan Fellows for a very long time. We clearly believe that it's in the best interest of the company that you have a strong teacher in the classroom, especially with the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And the Kenan Fellows is a critical component of it. We have seen where the Kenan Fellows performs, and it is an incredible return on the investment.
I think people who are thinking about how they can place some of their funds to improve their own company and their own country and their own community would find that helping the Kenan Fellows program is one of the best things they can do for their future, for their bottom line, and for the future of all of us.
Kenan Fellows, teaching students to think outside the book, opening young minds to a world of possibilities.